episode of Game Time. Yes, one of the most enthusiastic groups I've been around. We are here at St. Michael's with the Pony Express and head coach Lydia Sanchez. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
You have a lively group, a group that's been so successful over the years. If I'm not mistaken, 27 state titles in all, including 6 of the last 7. How have you been able to maintain such excellence over a long period of time?
Question of the day.
Stumped you with the first question,
on the
right?
first question, yes. Hard work, support from the school, and a great group of young girls. Always ready to learn something new without complaining and always have positive attitudes.
Can you give me an idea of how many competitions, how many performances the Pony Express does over the course of a year? I mean, a lot of work goes into it.
We try to perform at every home game, and we try to get into any competition and every competition that we can. Not to win, just to get on the floor so that they learn to perform, because it's for the audience, not for the judges. We're here to see what the people like, not, you know, showboat every trick we have. We just want to see, we dance for Christian brothers, so we have to make sure it's appropriate for the brothers to enjoy and for the older people in the audience, not just all the young kids with the fancy hip-hop moves.
And you know of what you speak because you went to St. Michael's, also performed, we'll get to that in a moment, but what's it mean for you to coach a program at a school that you went to?
I coach because of my coach, Miss Averett, Beverly Averett, asked me to coach. So I feel that I'm carrying on her legacy because she passed away. So it's my job to carry on for Miss Averett what she taught me to keep the team going.
You performed with the Pony Express when you were at school. How has the program changed and what stayed the same over the years?
Well, we still make our own costumes. So we try to keep a step ahead of everybody else. And this year we have some great costumes. Of course, they're giving us the headache that they're supposed to in order to work, but it's the same thing. I try to follow what Miss Averett taught me and keep it the same. The only thing that's different is the tricks that they learned.
And they learn them probably, and they try, and they've learned them and try them in a room like this. Just a couple of years ago, you got this studio to kind of have as your own for the program. How much has that helped in developing what you do and how you perform?
It's a wonderful place to be because now we can come whenever we want. We don't have to schedule with the basketball team or go with the volleyball team or have fundraisers in the gym. We have our own room to come to when we need it. So it's a great, thank you St. Mike's for the support.
Well, I'm sure these ladies would like to thank you. You've coached for over 30 years, 32 to be specific. Why do you keep doing it? I mean, you told us why you got into it. Well, why do you keep doing it year after year?
Because it makes my father proud. This was the one thing that he used to say that I did well. So, because for my dad, I did for him. And for our family, I mean, so many of our family has come through these halls at St. Mike's. I mean, it's all my family from the start.
And a lot of your doing and how they perform and how successful they've been. Let's take a look at a past Pony Express performance.
Flight booster, 3 engines ready. Copy, 3 ready. Liftoff confirmed. Copy liftoff. Go for launch. 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to Game Time. Sitting next to me right now, one of the Pony Express, Natalie Olivas. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
As a performer, give us an idea of what goes into the Pony Express, the training, the performances. Kind of talk me through a season, if you would.
So the season starts pretty early, so we'll usually have tryouts around April or May, and then we'll have a nice break during the summer because Lydia is a very sweet woman who gives us a break. And then we just have practice from August up until state, which is usually in like March. So we have practice 5 days a week at 5:45 to around 7:30 every day.
What are the tryouts like? You mentioned the tryouts. How rigorous of a tryout is it?
So tryouts are like really nerve-wracking. So we'll usually have the seniors from the previous year come in and they'll be the judges. And then we'll have groups of girls come in and we'll have them do like kicks and turns and just to see all their different skills.
Why did you first get involved in the Pony Express?
So I got involved because my sister was a dancer and I was like, I just want to be like I just want to be like that because they were just so successful. Like it was just an amazing team and I wanted to be a part of that. You
mentioned state and performing at state. What's it like performing on the stage or on the floor at the pit in front of thousands of people cheering for you, your classmates, your parents, your fans? What's that whole experience like?
It's really crazy because you feel when you go to the pit, you walk down the tunnel and then you see everybody there and your just stomach drops and you're like, all right, we're gonna do this. We've worked so hard for this all year and it's all led up to this moment and it's just really having faith in your team and in our abilities.
Not only has this program had so much success here statewide, year after year after year, but you have a lot of top 10 finishes nationally, the Pony Express has. When you leave New Mexico, what's that level of competition like nationally?
Nationally, it's crazy going out to Florida and just seeing like all these amazing teams and the fact that we even get to compete there and participate in that, like it's just so wonderful that we have that opportunity.
Well, you had an opportunity last year in state that you won. What's it gonna take to defend that title and win another one?
It's just gonna take a lot of dedication, hard work, and just really hitting the pavement. Because we have a great team of girls here and I believe in them and I know we can accomplish a lot.
All right, well, good luck. Ladies, good luck the rest of the season and when state rolls around. We'll be back with more Game Time after this.
I thought I was pretty tough until I became a father.
Oh, I hate those things.
What do you mean you hate
Real toughness is knowing when you need help.
We've all been there. Fried nerves, no sleep. None of us do it alone. If you need help, you've got to ask for it.
We need to fight for our kids' futures. It's up to all of us to make New Mexico the best place to be a kid.
Connect with resources and support at pulltogether.org.
Are you living the life of an athlete? The New Mexico Activities Association brings you Life of an Athlete, a resource for students, educators, and parents to understand the challenges students face. Athletes, did you know one night of drinking will negatively affect your athletic performance for 2 weeks? Or that athletes who drink and do drugs are twice as likely to get injured? Alcohol's effects can reduce a high school athlete's potential by as much as 20 to 30%. Are you living the life of an athlete? Log on to lifeofanathlete.com to find out today.
New Mexico Gas Company rebate programs can help you save money and use energy more efficiently. Your furnace is essential for those colder seasons. Natural gas is the best way to heat your home. A natural gas furnace offers exceptionally even heat. It also costs less than most other heating systems. Have a high-efficiency heater or boiler installed by a participating contractor and earn up to a $375 rebate. For more information on New Mexico Gas Company rebate programs, visit nmgco.com.
Welcome back to Game Time. If you haven't noticed, the high school basketball season is underway. Winning one state title is difficult. Winning 2 in a row is quite the challenge. Winning 3 straight? Well, that's something the Atrisco Heritage boys basketball team might be facing this season. The Atrisco Heritage boys basketball team has good guard play with solid three-point shooting, but 3 is not a number they prefer to talk about.
There's no talk of three-peat, although they hear it every day from the teachers, they hear it every day from their peers, they hear it every day from Twitter. It's one of those things that's really hard to focus them up because there's just so much media outlets out there.
Last March, Atrisco Heritage took down Santa Fe in front of a packed pit to win their 2nd straight state title.
It was incredible. I mean, it's like a moment that you can't forget. It's like a feeling that you can't even forget, and it's to play in front of 14,500 people. I think that's how many was there. It's like a great experience. Adrian Ortega is in his 10th season with the Jaguars. He has another deep backcourt, and he says his front court is a work in progress.
We have a guard-oriented squad. We shoot a lot of threes. We line our penetration. It's a veteran guard group, but it's not so veteran inside.
The Jaguars lost about 20 rebounds a game from last season, but they do return one of the top guards in Josiah Ramos.
It's been tough, especially coming into the season. It's been very tough, but I think we're starting to, get in the flow of things, and we'll be good. We'll be all right.
What comes with back-to-back state titles is a target.
We do have like an X on our back, and like everyone's gonna give us our best shot, so it's gonna make us like push even more harder. To get back, we just have to keep on working hard, you know, stay with the team, you know, stay focused, stay humble. Don't let all that outside stuff get into our heads and all that.
If the Jaguars are to make it back to the final game, their coach points to one word as the key: trust. And an early season loss to West Mesa is the perfect example of that.
I believe that our guards don't fully trust each other right now. They had a lot of chemistry last year, specifically in the state tournament. I think that with the experiences that they have in AAU, where it's more of a me basketball instead of we basketball, I'm trying to get exposure, I'm trying to get to colleges. I firmly believe that we have a little bit of selfishness early, and it was identified through our players after the loss to West Mesa. We had a couple players say, you know, I admit it, I played all summer with Marty Seiss or whoever, and it's all about getting mine, and I got to redirect. So the good thing is they saw it didn't work, and now they got to come back to team ball. So to answer your question, it's trust. Our kids have to trust each other.
The last boys basketball program to win 3 straight state titles in New Mexico's largest classification was Hobbs, and they won 4 in a row from 1999 to 2002. Also in basketball news, congratulations to George Maya at Mayfield High School. He picked up his 500th career win last week when the Mayfield girls beat Espanola Valley. Maya has coached the Lady Trojans for 25 years. Congratulations. Since this is the last game time of the calendar year, wait, what's that you said? Well, don't worry, don't shed a tear. We are just taking a holiday break and we'll be back in January for more high school sports coverage. But before we return in 2020, I wanted to look back on the fall sports season and recognize some of the standout championship performances this past fall. I want to congratulate the first-timers. A couple of programs won their first ever state championship. The St. Michael's boys soccer team won their first blue trophy following a state final shootout with New Mexico Military Institute. The Hope Christian football team finished the year on top after beating Socorro in the Class 3A championship. That's their first football title. And the Robertson volleyball team claimed their first ever state title by taking down rival St. Michael's in the title game. Congratulations to all of those first-timers. How about from 1 to 6? The Texaco volleyball team picked up their 6th straight state championship. The Wolverines beat Mescalero in a thrilling 5-game final. Head coach Kristen Scanlon now has 10 state titles to her name in New Mexico. One of the top upsets of the season has to go to the Logan volleyball team. The Longhorns lost to rival Melrose 4 times during the season, but in the championship match, Logan not only beat previously unbeaten Melrose, they swept their rival in 3, handing Melrose their only loss of the year. Here's a dominating performance worth mentioning. At the Laguna Burger State Cross Country Championships, the Zuni boys won their 2nd straight team title after they clocked in with 6 of the top 10 runners in the field. In fact, all of their runners finished in the top 26. I also wanted to give a tip of the cap to a compete with class moment at the state cross country meet. A technical error in the timing system declared Clovis distance runner Jarek Maldonado the Class 5A individual winner, even though it appeared Piedra Vista's Tristan Charles was the first to cross the finish line. Maldonado came to his own conclusion that he didn't cross the finish line first, so Maldonado gave his first place medal to Charles. That is a great act of sportsmanship. Running the table and finishing the year unbeaten is something that's pretty hard to do, but a couple teams accomplished that feat this year. The Albuquerque boys soccer team capped off a perfect season with another state title, their 3rd in 5 years. The Roswell football team also finished with an unblemished record. The Coyotes ended the season a perfect 13-0 in winning their 2nd straight state football title. Another noteworthy nod goes to Cleveland running back Dorian Lewis for his on-the-field effort in the last game of the year. Lewis rushed for over 200 yards and an impressive 5 touchdowns in Cleveland's championship win over Rio Rancho. Speaking of football standouts, how about Melrose senior Tristan Senna? He did it all in their 8-man football championship win. Senna scored on offense, defense, and special teams, and had a hand in 7 of their 8 scores on the day. But his most impressive move came on the final play of the game. Before even celebrating with his teammates on their championship win, Senna took a moment to first congratulate his opponent on a game well played. That is competing with class. I wanted to take a moment to recognize a real special moment from Las Vegas earlier this basketball season. It was a C-team basketball game between West Las Vegas and Taos. Late in the contest, Taos was up big but called a timeout to give West Las Vegas the opportunity to put in one of their players into the game, an individual with Down syndrome. And with about 25 seconds left to play, the player scored one of the most popular baskets of the night. Hats off to both teams. That seems like a good way to wrap up the show. Just a reminder, Gametime is taking a break for the holidays while school is out, but we will return in January with more high school highlights, more features on the most comprehensive sports show in New Mexico. Until next time, here's your meme of the week.